Good day, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nate, and I'm very pleased to announce, as you can see, that I've managed to get my hands on one of these new F5 Tigers, or you may also know them as the MiG-28. If you know that reference, you enjoyed a very good film. Very pleased to get this. I've actually migrated very grudgingly from the Steam DCS to the standalone DCS to get a hold of this early because it just a lot of these DCS releases seem to be very slow in moving to the Steam platform. So I've kind of dragged my feet a bit here, but now I'm finally here. I am very happy, at least temporarily, with a new toy to play with. So kind of offsets the annoyance of having to move over to a new platform. Also looks surprisingly like it might be nicer than the default Steam DCS. That might just be psychological. Anyways, very happy to get this. Actually been reading some books on the F5 recently. Two big conflicts that it's known for, or at least it's very well used in those conflicts, which is the Iran-Iraq war, the Iran being one of the big operators of the F-5E even today, and has its own indigenous, well, I'm going to say clone, I guess, or copy, knockoff, but depends how you phrase it, but they still use it and its own version of it. The other war, which is probably much less known, is the Ethiopian-Somalian War, where a bunch of Ethiopian F-5 pilots, with some mostly very old tech, managed to fight off a numerically superior Somalian Air Force with MiG-21 Bisses and MiG-17s, with the clever use of its ground-based interception radar and also very good dogfighting skills. The F-5 is a very nimble fighter, very good weight to thrust ratio, and probably got quite good visibility for a fight of its time. I don't think there's much to talk about the outside or anything because you've seen this thing so many times. There's so many videos. There's so many videos on this at the moment. I'm sure this will be one of many like first impressions video. I've only really read the manual, so this for me really is a truly first impression video. I've read the manual very briefly, maybe give it a 10-20 minute read, all the critical parts. So today I'm just going to go take it out for a ride in the circuit, maybe give the guns a twirl. The guns look pretty cool. I've set the controls I believe I needed to be set, which are the trim controls and also the weapon controls. I don't think it comes set when I installed the game, but I went through the controls of this quickly. Don't think many of them were set. Alright, well look, this is the office. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. It's very analog. It's all dials and switches, powered by Steam. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. It's very similar to the MiG-21, which I enjoy. I actually like having these analog-looking instruments, and these are old-fashioned-looking aircraft. I'm just going to pause so you can hear the engines out in the background. But I am very pleased with it. It does have a radar, which I think slews, which means it moves back and forth, like left to right, up, down, which is already one up on the MiG-21's radar, which only goes up and down and has a very limited gimbal range. Obviously got a few pylons here. This thing doesn't have, this is a bit of a disclaimer here, if you want to buy this aircraft, you should be aware this thing doesn't have an ILS. It uses a TACAN system to land, so a lot of the operations will probably be day VFR or night VFR, certainly not much instrument flying. You could do instrument flying if you wanted to, but I'm not intimately familiar with TACAN, so it's something I need to get used to. But otherwise, I suspect this thing will handle well, probably maybe better than the Hawk, which I also have, but the Hawk has a much lighter airframe but also less engine power. Alright guys, well look, I won't keep hammering at you with this with words. Let's just get to the business end of things and let's just take this up for a ride. Get full power. Acceleration's a little bit underwhelming. Oh nope, there we go. Once it's spooled up. Alright, 140 knots, 150 knots. Wow, that acceleration really kicked in. Alright, gear up. Alright, so far so good. Bit of a nose up tendency. Let's get this trimmed. Oh, it's a lot of nose up tendency. Let's cut the power a little bit. Alright. Extremely nimble. I mean, I was expecting agile, but this really was just it's a light tap and you're already rolling. Let's give it a quick roll. It's not bad, but definitely a little bit if it isn't, it's a combination of agile and also very light. It's very light on the joystick. That may be my setting, although I have a suspicion that's not true, given that I don't have any problems with this with any of my other aircraft. So I'm giving this a lot of trim. I've also got new tracker R, which is why my head isn't just jittering around like it used to when I use the free face track now, where it uses webcam. So very pleased with how this looks. Let's give it a quick. Yeah, that roll is fast. Give it a quick turn. That is agile. Look at that. Come back around. That is a tight loop. Alright. So yeah, everything I expected and more in terms of agility. Alright. Not quite sure what that warning is. It's very concerning, but... Ah, that was just the G warning. Over G. Alright, so let's give the guns a quick go. Now, the guns fire in two stage. When you pull the trigger in the first indent, if you have a joystick like mine with the multiple stage, it actually opens up these blast shields for the gun. It stops the shell casings from going back into the turret, or at least so I've been led to believe. I'm not intimately familiar with the system just yet, but what I'll do is I'll quickly zoom out, go over to the front of the aircraft, and you guys can have a quick look at that. Silly me, forgot to turn it on. Sorry. There we go. Let's have a look from the inside. So see, the deflector shields do come up, and the guns will fire. So let's have a look from the outside. Okay, that is awesome. That is very awesome and very cool. That might not get old for some time. Yeah, that is definitely not going to get old anytime soon. Alright, let's see if I can put it down. I think that's enough playing for the day. 260 knots gears down, I believe, if I remember correctly off the manual, which I am doing way faster than normal, of course. If any of you guys get this, first thing you gotta do is trim this out, because this is it's really light on the controls, and you don't really want to be putting too much force on the controls all the time. Let's see if I can get a turn around. Oh, of course you can. Oh. Even this has its limits. Let's unload the wings. There we go. Let's turn away. There's 260. It's even got a nice little line there where the gears should go down. Put the flaps down. She's not losing much speed, even with full gears, full flaps. She really doesn't want to lose much speed, so this is quite aerodynamic. I mean, you can see that even in a dirty configuration with gears and flaps, I'm still doing the deceleration is not it's not slow. It's not like the F-15 where you put everything out and of course things, or the Su-25, which as soon as everything comes out, that thing is like a brick. All right, coming nice and easy. Just graze some trees there. And wheels down. Whoa! Okay, that was a bit fast. It just occurred to me I actually didn't set the one thing I probably needed the most, which was the brakes. So this will be interesting. I hope it's the default, which it looks like it might not be. Yeah, come on, come on. Oh, I guess we're going around. Or the ground's naturally going to black hole me into full stop, which is also okay. Well, I mean we're on the ground, so I'll take that. So obviously things to take away. Check your controls before you take this thing out for a ride. I don't think any of my controls are set other than the only ones I did, which were the trim keys, which was you can see in my joystick up down. Those are the ones I did set manually. Everything else is automatic on the axes pickups from DCS, but I don't think any of the keys are working. Yeah, W is definitely the default key. But you probably need to set your own keys there. But yeah, no, I'm very pleased with this first impression. It handles very well, and I'm really looking forward to take this thing out for some combat. Maybe against the, I don't know, maybe am I too enthusiastic if I want to take out flankers and fulcrums with this already, or maybe we'll do small steps and we'll go up against MiG-21s and build our way up. All right, guys. Well, look, that's enough for me today. I don't think you want to hear my voice anymore. I'm giving you a lot of words. So until next video, I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm sure I'll be getting more of this footage for the Tiger soon. All right, guys. Take care. It's Nate out.